Ang dahil wala nag-photo sa atin, nag-video.
Nasaan daw sila?
Video ko sa'yo. Oh?
Ayun,
meron.
na-video rin.
Ayun,
Oy!
thank you.
Lahat talaga nakikisama
Ayun
sa...
Galing ah.
Everybody got video sa YouTube.
Lots of black silver. The other side.
Say lots of lightsabers.
The waters look like berry.
Baka po dun sa part-time clearer. Because it's, I think, uphill. Pag downstream, talaga it will be dirtier. Because everybody's taking a bath upstream. Yeah, the soap suds will be down here.
Mas no need to pay daw sa beach kasi balikan ng galing. Sabi nung bata.
Only enter. Yeah, you enter.
Enter and exit.
Payment on entry, no exit. Payment on exit.
Kawawa naman siya
Well, heck, you want competition? Build a bridge a little bit further downriver with a smoother road.
Look at all those houses. Look. Look.
So what are the essentials in your bag? Like, what do you make sure you have?
Usually right now, of course, coffee is number one.
Coffee. Yeah.
So coffee is there.
Oh, you're gonna love that little stove I gave you.
Yeah.
Because, you know how I just did that?
Yeah.
How we just made that fire. You would make that fire in that stove, and it'd be more compact. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
So all you gotta do is just keep adding to it, and plus you can put your, if you have a metal coffee cup.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So I got two tools on me.
Okay.
I got the Pocket Boy Curve. This is actually made for those that are into EDC and they have a small bag. You know, so the blade is only so big, but it's really sharp to where it can cut within a few strokes, depending how thick the wood is, of course. They do make longer ones. You know, they make ones that the blade goes all the way out there, and it's like a big saw and stuff like that. But
Okay.
I felt like this is perfect for what I do. Like it's easy to carry. It's small. It doesn't take up weight. And if you really need, like, the best wood to get is the stand-up wood. Like all the woods that are laying down like this.
Yeah.
If it's on the ground, it cannot let the water go if it rains, so it stays wet. You want the one that's up and down, because usually the water always seeps downwards. So usually if you can get high enough, and then right in the middle, hopefully you can get some dry tinder.
Okay.
Yeah, but just to start off, just to show them what how to use a ferro rod and stuff like that, I got a quick this is made by this is the mini Inferno. So all this is, it's just a dipped pad. It's dipped in some sort of alcoholic brew that makes it combustible, and then they dip it. This real dark stuff is wax.
Okay.
So I mean, when you first get it, they look like this,
Looks like an
like
orange
that.
peel. Yeah.
So they look like that,
Yeah.
and that's just all the wax around it. And then what you do is you get one of these things right here. You get one of these things right there, and then you break it up. You want to make it really, you fluff it up. They call it fluff it. So you just pull it all out like this, make it really fluffy, stuff like that. You don't want to just take it out of the thing and just try to light it like this. You want to try to fluff it up to where that's the first of your tinder. That's going to start when it's like cotton.
Yeah.
Like if you ever try to light cotton with a lighter, that thing just goes up quick. So this stuff right here, if you fluff it up good enough, this will be your first fire starter. But when you're out in the wild, the very most vital thing you have to get is first your very small tinder. All right. A lot of people think that if they just collect firewood and they stack it together, unless you have a lighter, and even that's hard. You have to. There's different steps into building. So you got your small tinder, and you got your little twigs right above that, and then you got your smaller branches, and then you put your big branches. But always the base of any fire really needs real good tinder, and you can make good tinder out of a lot of stuff, especially if it's dry. You can get your knife. And if it's a 90-degree bezel, you can get any dry wood. Pretend this is dry wood. We don't know if it's dry or not, but you can get the back of your knife if it's 90 degrees, and you can go like that. You can go like that. Just keep going like that, and then you can make, if it's dry wood, stuff like this that will burn like that. So that's a good way to make this stuff right here.
You're using the back of the knife?
The back of the knife. Try to feel that. See, that's a 90 degree. See, it's not like sharp that it's going to cut you, but you can feel the edge of it. You know what I mean? That's a 90 degree. So that's the kind of stuff that you would want when it comes to making tinder. You always can do this. So if you didn't have this, it's always good to, when you do go out, you have some sort of already made stuff. And what's good is, like, this is like a company that makes this. So if you can't find this online, which you can get online, you get cotton balls, and then you coat it in Vaseline. You just coat it in Vaseline, make it all, and then I stick mine's in a medicine pill box or a pill bottle. I stick it in there because it's the medicine pill bottle. It's waterproof, and it just takes up that much space, and then you can put it in your bag. So if you can't find tinder and it's starting to rain and you really need some fire, at least you know in your head that, hey, dude, all I need is my lighter, and just light. And even if you ain't got a lighter, and that's what we're showing right there, is how to use how to use a ferrocerium rod. So ferrocerium rod, most ferrocerium rods come with this black stuff on it. That's just so it doesn't rust. So when you get a ferrocerium rod, when you first get it, you want to take all that black stuff off. The more black stuff you take, the quicker it'll get. But as you can see, I was barely doing it, and it was lighting. Okay, so good way to do it is put your ferrocerium rod right on top of the tinder, and just keep striking down. Boom. See, if you have real dry tinder, it will go up like that. Even just because this is stuck, this is dipped in alcohol. If you got real dry tinder, this thing goes up to, I think, like 2,000, 3,000 Fahrenheit, And then what you're doing is you're really just creating a constant spark. So that's what you're doing. You put it on top. You put it on top of the tinder that you found, make a big bundle, put it right on top, because what's going to happen is when you scrape, right there's going to be the landing of the spark. You know what I mean? So wherever you're scraping down, this is where the landing is going to be. A lot of folks what they do is they go slow, just like those. You ever seen those ones where they kind of like break the stuff down, the magnesium down into a little powder, and then they strike it? You can do that with this too. You can scrape a little bit of ferro off, make it real, almost like fine powdery, into one spot, and then when you spark it, that whole thing is going to catch fire. But if not, what I like to do, the way I use my ferrocerium rod, is I put my ferrocerium rod right on the tinder, then I just constantly just just rub it until something comes. You just keep going like that. Wait, let me gather. Wait, I'm scared of a snake. I keep looking that way. Okay. Man, it worked before, now it's not working. There you go. Usually if you have a small spark and you get it, you can kind of, like if you see fire or smoke, you can get it started. Oh, it's already going. Oh, shoot, I had it. There you go. And you hold it under, or see all that? See how it's like going? That's just those small ones sparking up right now. There you go. And then what people would do is they would make feather sticks. So before you start the fire, you get other pieces of wood like this big right here, and you would go like this. You would go like that.
Yeah, for the
You go all the way around like that. Like that. And usually if it's dry wood, you know, this would be perfect to catch on fire.
Okay.
See right there? That's good tinder. You see how quick that caught on fire?
Yeah.
Anyways, you would make real fine feather sticks, and that would be your teepee. So you got your tinder on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you got small twigs that are smaller than that, real small twigs that help boost it up. And then you start putting up your bigger pieces, and a lot of times they'll make sticks with feather sticking it. It's called feather sticking, and you know that's how you would do it. But yeah, that's how you use a ferrocerium rod. And you see how many times I was striking it. You don't think about like, oh, am I wasting it? You strike that bad boy till you see a spark it, until you get that fire going.
Yeah.
You know, because this is gonna last you, like, if you use it right, it'll last you like 2,000 or 3,000 strikes.
Yeah.
You know, the more practice you have when you do it, the less of a waste you're gonna waste it. You're not gonna waste it as much as if you when you practice. Wait. I think this one's there. The bad thing is a lot of this stuff is wet, so. See where those guys that were up there before we came down here?
Yeah.
For me, if I had a choice and I was here for a while, I'd take that spot for one night. I'd just be right by this part right here, just camp right there, but be right here so I could do stuff like this.
Yeah.
But, you know, before you start, if you have ample amount of time, of course, before you start a fire, the more stuff you got laying around that you're ready to add, the longer your fire is gonna burn.
Yeah.
So it's good to really, look at that. That's tested already. So now we know those real, the coconut husk, if they're dry enough, look how good they burn when you start a fire. Yeah, so usually a good knife, it already has the ferrocerium rod connected to it always.
Okay.
You always want your ferrocerium connected to your knife, if possible. There are some people that make custom sheets. They call these sheets. So you can find people that will make it custom for you.
Yeah.
There's a 3.5, a 6, and then a 9. So there's I got the 3.5, and I got the 6.
Okay. White River.
White River. Yeah.
Also US brand?
US brand. Yeah. These
The
are
Pocket Boy, I think it's made in Japan.
yeah, it is. Yeah.